Greetings and salutations, everyone. This is a Gabriel on a Walk video. Um, just want to share with you guys today some things that I've been noticing about myself and moving forward and working for the new. And most of you understand now that we're all trying to manifest what our deepest desires, what we want. Like for me, I was guided not too long after I got out of prison that during my awakening process that things about me had to change. And as I wanted these changes, they didn't happen right away. Some came like instantaneously. Some came in a couple of months, some came in a couple of years. Some didn't even come until after I was out of prison. But they came. And I've learned later on within this whole process that things are still coming. Things that I wanted to manifest all of those years ago. Now, I have to say first, don't give up. Because certain things have to be in order for us to reach these points. And don't let anyone deter you from reaching your goal. Now, with me saying that, let me just emphasize, this is talking about things within you. Where you have to go inside. I'm not talking about things in the physical world. I'm not talking about manipulating things to fit your needs, or extorting people to fit your needs, or manipulating other individuals to get them to go co-sign with you to get your needs, because that's coming from a self-centered, low vibrational aspect, and those are fading away. I've been noticing it in my own dynamic lately. I'm talking about the things inside you, and I'm going to give you an example. And once again, this has to do with me, and it's not self-centered. I'm talking about me. It's just a simple fact that I can give you no one else's better experiences than my own. And maybe some of my experiences may mirror yours. I'm just talking from experience here, that things that I've noticed in my life. Now, let me also say that I am not where I feel I should be and that I deserve to be. And I know that I do deserve the absolute very best, because I've worked my ass off to become a better person on the inside. I can fake the funk whatever I want on the outside. Anybody can do that. But the inside is what counts. The inside is what matters. Your soul, your essence, your insides. You know, do you feel good about what you did? Are you feeling proud about what you did? Have you gone through a bunch of struggles and whatnot, and no matter what struggles you had, you still persevered and you went after your dreams? Still went after what you felt was right. And now back to this story. Not too long after I got out of prison, I was kind of lost and confused. I didn't know which way to go. I thought I was on the assumption that everything that I tried manifestation and wanting right when I got out of prison, when I was in prison, was going to be there. And be waiting for me, or not too long afterwards. Maybe a couple of weeks, maybe 6 months, maybe even a year. And I didn't understand at the time that there were still a lot of things that I still needed to do work on myself, because everything I did was kind of easy because I was in prison. I didn't have options besides being with myself. And when coming out of prison, wanting all that and really needing it at the time, but wasn't right inside, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, to have those things. So I got mad and vented and hell, can't tell you how many times I quit. But I could still continue to persevere to go for the things that I felt was important to me. Oh, by the way, I'm here hanging out with Jesus. So I didn't understand. So I got to a point where I was, felt like I was done with it, and then eventually, most of you guys know the story, so I don't really need to go into it. I moved to Tampa. I came back to Middleburg, moved to Jacksonville. That didn't work out. It was good for a while. Didn't really work out. Went to Tampa. That certainly didn't work out for whatever reasons, but that's a whole nother topic. Had to basically was forced back to Middleburg and been here for the last 3 years. And during the time when I was living in Jacksonville, I started realizing, okay, I have to put some kind of effort into this, into what I want. Because most of us don't really understand if, we can wish all we want, we can say all we want until we've gotten into that part and that center inside of us where we can, like, set out a vibration for it. It's not going to come. And to be honest, I really wasn't at that point. I was a little, but I backslide, I lost faith and so forth, and it's okay because we all do. All of us. We do it all the time. We're human. No matter, I know we're spiritual beings having a human experience, but, we've been conditioned, no matter how you are, unless you were born awakened and was like, in that space. And I kind of feel sorry for you if you were in that situation too, but you still made it because that's really hard. But you have to show that you can say whatever you want. Actions speak louder than words as well. But with the universe, yes, you do have to set out the vibration. And this is something I had to learn because, later on in this journey, I was guided to start doing videos. YouTube channel. Most of you guys know it. It's Out the Box Connections. Now Awakening Out the Box Connect, or Awakening Out the Box. And I started doing that. And I did a lot of talking in about my experiencing, but honestly, some of it was kind of rambling because I wasn't in the place at the time to really do that. But it was helping. It was a platform. It was a stepping stone. And then I did that for a while, but still was kind of lost in it. Didn't really have any directions or where to go. And then one day, the idea came up talking to a friend of mine that, hey, she said a name. I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. I like that name. And it was, it was Out the Box. Well, I said the comment Out the Box, and then bam, Out the Box kind of came into existence. And after I had a name and decided that I wanted to, create a business, I still wasn't really showing any action to it. I was telling the universe, yeah, okay. And the universe had pretty much popped the idea into my head, but at the same time, it was like the universe was like, okay, you wanted it. We gave, we assisted you with the idea. Well, actually, my higher self. But what are you doing with it? You're just sitting here. So I started getting into that, started the name, started doing the pictures and the labels, and then that kind of led into the little picture video things that I was doing, and that I still do. I love it. It's creative. But my main thing has always been trying to help people, and in any kind of way, shape, or form it is possible, but also doing it in a way where I'm not enabling them taking on responsibility for themselves. And because I want you to think for yourself. I don't want you to need me. I want you to get to a point where you love yourself, where you need to love yourself first before you can love anyone else, because you deserve the best of love. And if you love yourself enough, you will give yourself the best of love. But then, then I started getting into video makings. And I've tried to do the websites and things like that. That's not my thing. I'm not good at it. I keep trying, but something always gets in the way. So once again, after a while, I started telling me, okay, this is another stepping stone. This is not what you're meant to do. This is a stepping stone. And even though there's been individuals in my dynamic trying to tell me, well, no, it's not working out because, you really need to be doing this. You really need to be doing that. You should be, you shouldn't be trying to strive to do something better. What do you think you're better than everyone else? You should just stay right here and do what we tell you to do. Da da da. And no, fuck that. Anyway, but it was showing me it was a stepping stone, and I always knew it was a stepping stone to something bigger, grander, because that's how the universe works. It's what I've been wanting. So after doing that for a while and not getting anywhere, always something, whether it's an outside influence, a jealous motherfucker, or a hater, or just whatever. Because there's individuals out there that are jealous of you and secretly don't say it, and they will do anything to, sabotage you because they want you at their level. They want you to be where they are in their own comfortability, and, because it makes them happy or gives them some kind of joy, whatever the situation may be. That's neither here nor there. But just this morning, I got another stepping stone. Because, let's be honest, possibly I was avoiding it. Maybe I was a little scared. Maybe I was a little nervous. Could be a combination of many things, I've been distracted, and I was also using some excuses. I'm like, okay, I got this going on. I got this, da-da-da-da. I'm trying to find my divine feminine. Don't know who the fuck she is, where the fuck she's at. This. I got these motherfuckers driving by, and all this stuff. And then it was like, something? I remember something my counselor said when I was at Bridges, Miss Archuleta. She told this dude one day, you need to put your big boy panties, take your girly panties off and put your big boy pants on and just do it. And that popped in my head this morning. So I was like, okay, you've been on this journey for ever since 2012. During this time, you've got knowledge and experience from everything you've been through, because the system was set up for you to be humbleized, used to being watched over and monitored, being a yes man, doing what people say, letting fear control you, and that's how it was set up to be. But you've pushed through all of it. You're still here. You're raising your vibrations. And, I've heard it from many individuals that, you need to start sharing it. Now, I have been sharing it in videos. We all know that. But more on a personal level has always been like the next step. So I'm moving into that next step, or the next level. Now, is that next level another stepping stone onto something greater? Who knows? I'm hoping it is. I'm feeling it's just going to open the door, because I have to show the universe that, yes, I am ready. Yes, I can tell them I'm ready. I'm sending out the vibrations that I'm ready. But what steps are you taking as well in the physical? A combination of all three. And with the universe, is just once you take that little step, just that little step, and you take those little steps, and we got you. We're here. It may look ugly, it may look dire at the times, but all in all, it's gonna work out okay. Sorry guys, I was just trying to put my headphones back in my ear. All in all, it's gonna work out just fine. In fact, better than you've been ever expected. So starting Monday, because even though I can use the excuse that, hey, I don't have phone service, hey, I don't have a credit card, hey, I don't have money, hey, I don't have this, hey, I don't have that, and all this other stuff, But this morning I woke up and like, I do have a little bit of tools. I do have a little bit of ways of reaching out to individuals. And it will help clear up a lot of things that have been going on in my life and dynamic now for a while, because honestly, people have been, hacking my phone, using my information, and more than likely portraying to be me by another name or whatever. So the greatest way and the best way to put an end to that is for people to actually get to talk to me and know me. Now, I've putting out there on Facebook and Instagram like, hey, da da da, hey, da da da, da da da, da da, whatever, shooting out for people to DM me and let's talk. But I've been thinking, if people are under the impression you're some piece of shit or some whatever the rumors have been, why are we gonna DM this guy? Why isn't he showing no effort in any kind of way, da da da, to try to talk to us, to try to help anybody, da 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 da. Well, that's being put in today, starting Monday. I feel it is time for me to come out the box. Instead of talking about coming out the box, come out the box. Yeah, I put some nice quotes. Yeah, I may say some things, and yeah, I may video, but none of you have ever actually talked to me in real time. Select few. And unfortunately, I found out quite recently that a lot of individuals that I was talking about in real time wasn't all the best of situations. Some of them were just fine. They just kind of ran this course, and I might have screwed situations up, and that is on me, and I have to accept that. But in certain cases, a lot of times, sometimes individuals are just, trying to get information. And me not knowing what I know now, I gave it. But now it's time, but I cannot let that experience hold me back from reaching to others that truthfully, honestly need that. Because some of my experiences may help them. Hell, some of your experiences will probably help me. I'm not here to give you fluff. I'm not here to give you candy canes and well, I am here to give you some rainbows sometimes. I am. Rainbows and sunshines and plenty of stars whenever I can. But I'm also here to give you the raw, real facts of this duality, this situation, and help in ways to help you deal with this awakening process. Starting Monday, I will be opening Awakening Out the Box on Google Hangouts for all who wish to come chat and get to know one another, and see if I can help guide you in your awakening process, or give you some understanding of this awakening process that is not brainwashing or MK Ultra. I'm only trying to brainwash you to think for yourself. Think for yourself, because no one knows you better than you. I cannot tell you what is best for you than you, unless you're doing something to hurt or harm another individual. Private calls on Messenger, on Hangouts, will start at $10. That is private counseling. We can video chat on Google Hangouts. That will be $15. We get face-to-face real time. I get to see you. You get to see me. We can have a good conversation, and we can progress and help guide each other. And who knows, maybe even click enough where we can possibly help each other out on other endeavors to help move each other forward in growth. Zoom are for private clients, which is a 40-minute session, that is $20. And in there is where we get deep. In there is where we will really get the meat, the potatoes. And on there, we can see each other face to face. We can look into each other's eyes and feel each other's energy, and we can really get deep into your problems. Because, some people, some individuals have really deep things that you don't want to share in a public chat. But those are for private VIPs, ones that may need special guidance, special understanding, and special care. Because I really don't trust Google Hangouts that much video wise, but it is good on a everyday counseling basis for, let's say, light energy work. These sessions will, as I said, these sessions will start Monday. Prices are negotiable. I'll be putting links to Zoom as well as my PayPal account on the end of this video. And we'll be sending them out through Facebook and Instagram. And I hope to see some of you there. I must add, I would like to chat with you first, unless, to get a feel for each other's energy. And within those private chats, I would like to see who you are, because there's a lot of fakes out there. So I would certainly like to video chat with you. And but in case of emergencies, we can Zoom. If it is an emergency, that $20 session will become $10. I hope that some of you that have heard a lot of negative things about me, or have believed that I was someone other than me, I hope you do not hold judgment against me for the actions of another, even though I know it is hard to trust that. And I completely understand. Those things have happened to me in my dynamic with other individuals. But I'm also feeling it's time to kind of break through the veil of those lies played by those that I don't know what they were thinking. I don't even know what to call them. I'm not going to give them the names. But also to connect and possibly work together for, growth, empowerment of both men and women, children, the planet as a whole, humanity as a whole. I feel this right here, in a sense, is called to action. And for many of us that have been in dark situations for long periods of time, to kind of start shedding a little light on each other, and to help, us grow and us evolve. Because a hard lesson I've learned through all this, that some individuals are just not going to change. And we can't allow them to hold us back. Because when we do that, they're the ones happy, having a good time, enjoying your energy, while you're sitting there longing to be around individuals that actually understand you, get you, or truly want to help you, regardless of of anything, with not wanting anything except to know you and your friendship. You know, without any secret motives, without manipulation, without threats, um, you know, without lies, without the games, you know, and that's what I intend to give all of you. Well, it might be some joking around, but that's what I intend to give you in these sessions. Because I'm not going to give you Candyland. I'm not going to give you Disneyland. I'm not going to give you the fluff. I'm going to give you the real shit of my knowing, of my experiences. Now, does that mean I know everything? Absolutely not. Does that mean I don't make mistakes? Absolutely not. I make plenty of them. You know, but mistakes are just ways of just things of ways you've learned to do, to not try to not make again. Um, and you don't learn if you don't make a mistake. You don't grow if you don't make a mistake. You don't grow if you don't fall down or struggle. Um, but more importantly, you gotta take a risk. As I said, I don't know if this right here is another stepping stone of something. Is just to get me on a plateau to go somewhere else or whatever. I honestly I don't. But I know and believe that this is what's right for me, and I believe and I wholeheartedly believe it's going to lead me into something else. I really want it to, but I really believe that it's just a universe guiding me. It's like, you do this, and you're ready. You're ready to be out there, and even though I have felt like I haven't been, or been coming up with excuses, you can only run from it so long. You ain't gonna know until I do it. So I'm putting it out there and I'm doing it. And I really hope to see some of you there. I'm honored, blessed, and grateful to all of you guys, especially you that have been with me, helped me when I haven't even known it. Who've have been putting up with some of my bullshit, my insecurities, my fears, and I understand that, it doesn't always help. And I know I can be a stubborn son of a bitch, but hey, the universe loves a stubborn ass. But I'm grateful to everything, the good, the bad, because it all shaped me and made me who I was. But I also know that I deserve better, because I am better. I know what I've done on myself, to be this better person, and so do you. Within yourself, know what you have done to reach your goal, to reach your dreams, to only to continue to strive even though everyone seems like they're against you. And that's part of faith, and you believing in yourself. And though I have been manifesting like a motherfucker for a very long time, it's time for me to take that next step, and this next step is coming out of the box, showing myself and putting myself out there, live and in real time. Not being afraid of fear, and not letting the little insecurity voices of myself and other people, change my mind. But I'm gonna put the links to all those in here. You guys be loved, be blessed. Once again, I hope to see you there. And be loved, be blessed, stay out the box. Hey guys, Have you ever felt like, or feel like you're in a situation like this? Yeah, shit's fucked up, ain't it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, let me just allow me to give you some tips that that I have learned through my experiences, which I'm aware doesn't fit with everyone. So for those it resonates with, and for those it doesn't, just do what you will. So, but jump in here on the couch, come meet me for the video, and let me give you some tips on how to deal with psychic attacks. Check me out. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Gabriel's Corner. How is everyone doing today? I hope everyone is having a wonderfully blessed day. The sun was out here where I'm at, and now clouds are coming in, and the wind's picking up. This video I'm going to do today, I'm gonna have to put it like a warning label, because I'm aware that everyone's going through awakening. I am also aware that we are guided to go within and do what we must, and to find inner peace, and to find a peaceful existence within ourselves. And this video is for everyone, but not for everyone. It's a balancing act. As we're all going through this, we must come to the understanding that with this great awakening that's coming of the mass proportions of individuals, and what will happen, because none of us really know. We have to understand that there are individuals that know about this and really don't want it. We must understand this, and I understand that some of it is part of the process, but I also understand that some of it has nothing to do with the process. It's been incorporated within the process, because the process, the universe knew that how things were going to go before, anything even occurred. But it is also within ourselves to actually, prepare and protect ourselves. Because one thing I've learned through this entire awakening process, my journey, and I understand that my dynamic is not like everyone's. I understand that everyone has their own unique dynamic and journey and path. But I also understand that there are individuals that have dynamics and closer to my own. So it's been getting me thinking, because we gotta also must understand that certain individuals, I'm not gonna name any names, for a very long time has tapped this process of individuals with gifted abilities. It's out there. We've all heard about it. Well, most of us may have heard about it. But I'm pretty sure a lot of us, if you've been on this journey for a good amount of time, or if you're just starting, you've looked into it because you've been curious, and you've looked into just about anything to help try to explain some of the things that are going on. And some of those things that could be going on. It could be psychic attacks. From where? It's not for me to say. For you, for your dynamic, if you are going through this, if this is within your dynamic and your reality. Some of you, you're not even in this, so don't even have to even watch this video. You can turn it off, or if you wish to just listen to help someone else, or just for informational knowledge, that is completely okay. And I completely understand that. I do it myself to videos all the time. But for those that are, and trust me, I know, because I'm in one myself. So, and I've come to realize you can either just lay there forever and just wear it, and go through these loop-de-loops and ups, downs of times when it's not even necessary for you to go through them, because it's not your energy or burden to bear. I came up some ways through my dynamic of things I've been through that have helped me. And one thing about this, like I said, my awakening of all the lessons and cycles and things like that, and yes, some of them were under my own accord, wholeheartedly. Not gonna lie about that. Some of that because from my fuck ups. But I've had to understand that it was other things beyond that as well. Beyond that, not beyond that, but yeah, beyond that as well. Sometimes you can't go on thinking nothing's wrong. Sometimes you just gotta, look at it sometimes for how it is, as well as through a universal sense as well. Because this is all part of the process, but also in part of the process is for you to learn and to adapt and to adjust. So if you're in that situation, you have to learn to adjust, adapt, and adjust, so you can get that moment to those moments where it doesn't affect you, so it makes things a lot easier for you to go and create and manifest what you wish. Alright, so I'm going to get into these. These right here is ways to deal with psychic attacks. 1. Start by observing your surroundings. See if you can notice a pattern of the people around you, of things, anything that is you feel happens when you feel it, and what's going on around you. Because at this stage, it's kind of it will look undercover at first, and you will think you're crazy, but you're not crazy. And it's for you to find out to try to protect yourself. Knowing who or what or where takes away some of its power. Protect yourself. Number 2, not physically. No, I'm not telling you to go out there and you'll start fighting with a bitch or whatever like that. No, not at all. Because that would only feed more energy, negative energy, into what it wants. Now, I'm not saying if it comes to that and they come at you, protect yourself wholeheartedly. Yes. You also have that right as well. But you must understand that where it's coming from, it feels it's right. It is no right to attack anyone that hasn't really done anything to you. And they're minding their own business only because you're vibrating outside of their comfortability. That's not your fault. It is your choice. So, and this is if you fall into this section now. But you gotta understand that you just gotta send them love, and just realize that they just don't understand. But because of the fact they don't understand, still don't give it right. So send that shit right back to them. You don't need it, you don't want it, and you damn sure don't deserve it, especially if you're not fucking with anybody. You're sitting there doing whatever you're doing, or going on about your day, working on yourself, thinking, trying to manifest what you want, your desires, trying to, bust your ass, and whatever it is to help you get it to where you feel you need to be, of your creativity, of your mind, of your sovereignty, of your freedom, of your liberty, just as an individual, as a divine spiritual being, because that's where you're trying to get. You're trying to elevate yourself, and no one has the right to get in the way of that. You're simply returning what's theirs. Karma repaid in kind. Send that shit right back to them. They sent it to you to attack you. So if you send it back to them, you're just returning what you don't want. No different if you returning something back to the store. Number 3, engage them socially, but yet very, very rarely, if this is possible. You got to get used to the energy. I mean, in a way, you are semi kind of used to it, but when you actually know where it's coming from or who it's coming from, you are somewhat prepared, and you've built up like an immunity, just like naturally the body is naturally be able to do that. I mean, some of us naturally have immunity to these things. Think about how many things in this world that we don't get allergic to, and because we have an immunity. So, but how'd that immunity start? By getting done, by being exposed to it after generations through, mankind, alien, or whatever you want to, label as, we have immunity. So these things are no different, but the thing about it now is you're also awakening, and you're dealing with something outside of the physical. You're dealing with spiritual, the divinely spiritual. You're dealing with nature, how nature has a way of always healing itself. That possibility is also within you, and you also have, because that's within you now, and your awareness is so much higher, and your wisdom, your knowing, and of yourself and of your energy, if you're at that point with your energy, wholeheartedly do that. And that's one of the best ways is to be able to do that, because they're always going to attack. They're going to attack you. You don't want them to, but they just do it on their own accord, and that comes out of fear, and you can't let that fear, which is their fear, you harbor their fear to hold you back from what your soul is guiding you to do. So best thing to do is transmute it for 2 reasons. So you can build a natural immunity, which I already said. Energetically build you a shield, so to protect yourself. Also, transmute it, send it to Gaia's core for transmutation from negative to positive, and allow it to spread out throughout the planet. Final stage of this, start to ignore it. And you're probably wondering, like, wait a minute, why the fuck don't I just do that at the start? What the fuck? Just ignore it. In all the other videos they tell us to just ignore it, and just focus on yourself and all of this. And I understand that, and they are correct. I'm not denying what they say at all. They are absolutely correct. But look at it this way. By this time, after doing some of these steps in your own way, you may have your own unique way of doing it. This is just how, through my living and my experiences, how I've learned. And I've had to learn from my experience. I didn't have anyone there. Never. I've had individuals there, but, there was never a physical guide there or any kind of video at the time when I really, really started and this kicked in. So, there it is. But you've learned their patterns. You've learned who. Now you can start paying no mind to it at all. Because in some cases, basically, it's easier said than done for you not to pay attention to something. You're human. You feel it, and then you start seeing things, and you start questioning yourself, and then you're like, is this really? Nah, man, nah. By the whole time, there's something's nagging you that something else is going on, and then you check yourself and see, okay, is this fear? Is this just me just thinking this, or is this just my imagination, or what the fuck ever? But it's something that won't go away, and it's telling you at the center that you're right. But more important, but their patterns by now, people, etc. You've taken some of their power, and they don't even know it already. They don't know. In some cases, they may, because energy doesn't lie. They will feel something there, a shift, a difference, and they'll still attack you, but it will have little to no effect on you. And now is the time for you to sit back in the calmness of the storm. Number 5, this is an extra. Know the difference in natural synchronicities, such as nature, animals. Like in my case, when things come by in me, in my dynamic, especially when I'm raising my vibe or getting centered or getting calm or getting into myself, or while I was writing this out to do this video, a lot of strange occurrences will come out of nowhere. And I used to think of like, okay, is this part of the program? Is this part of the awakening? Is this what exactly is this? Is this a sign from the universe? And then I started noticing that when certain things happen, vultures would fly by. Would always fly around every single time. And I noticed it, and they do it so much that I could not, pay attention to it. So I was like, okay, so I'm going to believe the car situation or whatever the situation is, or I'm going to believe nature. Because we're becoming one with nature. It's part of the awakening, especially if you've been doing this for a while, you kind of grab that concept. But, and then the false synchronicities, like I was explaining about just the strange occurrences. And the best part about this, and this is the best way to look at it when you get those kind of situations, both scenarios confirm that you are moving in the right direction. That is best for your path, your journey, your soul calling. Both confirm it. Both are telling you that, hey, you're moving in the right direction, because if you were not, they wouldn't be trying so hard. So, with that, this is Gabriel's Corner. I am blessed and honored to share this with you. Everyone be loved, be blessed. Gabriel out the box.